absolutely delighted because this is our audience. The membership of our chamber is about 85% small businesses. So they're people just like you trying to kind of get your word out to people so that you can make a profit and run a successful business. So I'm delighted that you're here today. The first course that we did was effective debt collection. How many of you attended that one? Okay, good. The whole intention of these workshops is to actually provide you with information that you want to know about to help your business. So there'll be an evaluation form at the end. And so what I'd ask each of you to do, if you don't mind, is to fill out that evaluation form and put suggested topics that you want to hear more about. We brought in 2 lawyers last time, and I know lawyers are not inexpensive one-on-one. So we have a whole slew of other lawyers who would like to deliver good information to you. But I need to know the types of subjects that are most interesting to your businesses. So again, please fill out those evaluation forms. I have a great staff. Nikita there in the back, Tricia in the front, Nicola in the front as well. Introduce yourselves to them. They're great ladies. They make up what we are about the chamber. We try to be personable and friendly and helpful. So without further ado, what I'm going to do is introduce our guest speakers. And again, they'll introduce themselves. I'm going to introduce Jay, my far left, my right. He currently is working at Netclues in online marketing and sales. He says here he absolutely loves technology, which is a good thing, and how it makes human life easier and better. He holds a master's in business administration, and since moving and living here in the Cayman Islands, he's been nominated for 2 years in a row for the Cayman Islands Tourism's Stingray Awards for Allied Employee of the Year Awards, and is the only applicant for the Caribbean Tourism Awards and NRI of India Awards from the Cayman Islands. So he'll be talking to us today about why does your business need a website, what tools can you use to design and market your website for yourself online, and why does your business need online marketing and tools for online marketing. Please put your hands together for Jay.
Thank you, Will, for that wonderful introduction. Good evening, everyone. So, we're gathering here today to talk about online marketing and how you can use online marketing and the various tools out there. This is going to help you to market a business further, cost effectively, and also saving a lot of your time. So I'm going to start with the introduction. I'm Jay, Raul, and Karthik. So we all work together at Netclues, an online marketing and branding company. We are at Merco Center with branches in India, Malaysia, and Canada. So when I was approached to do this presentation, I thought about a lot of things I could talk about, right from website development to online marketing. I thought it would be best to talk about online marketing because that's my forte and that's what's going to help you guys. So let's start with the basics of marketing, right? Any profitable business would want to buy low and sell high. At the same time, they want to acquire more customers, but the cost to acquire a customer should be a lot lower than how much they'll spend with you. So the goal here is to find and attract customers for less price and at the maximum benefit. So it's difficult to explain marketing in a nutshell, but I'm trying my best here to show you how online marketing works. So you would basically attract, convert, close, and delight your customers. So in the world of web, you have strangers moving around. They're going around everywhere. They're browsing the web through social media, through websites, through Google. You want to give out targeted information to these visitors and try to convert them from strangers to visitors. To your site, to your store, to your phone call, to your conversion forms, wherever you want. You then further try to convert the visitors into leads by giving them call to actions. You take those leads, try to convert them into customers, close the sale. And then you make them happy so they would promote and do the same things that you do for them. So they would promote and try to sell and get more customers for you. So to give you an idea, you would use blog or social media to attract more visitors to your site. You would use call to action forms like call us, book now, buy my product to convert them into leads. Then you would use an email marketing system or a CRM system, which is a customer relationship management system, to further convert your leads into customers. And once you have customers, you try to make them as happy as possible by using surveys, by talking to them on social media, by acknowledging their purchases, so on and so forth. And then hopefully your customers would promote for you. So I want to ask this question: if anyone in the crowd knows what digital marketing stands for, if they've experienced it, if they've tried it. All right, that's
Google AdWords?
sorry. No, okay. Google AdWords is a part of it, right? So most of the customers that I meet think digital marketing is online marketing, but these are two different things. Now, digital marketing is a part, online marketing is a part of digital marketing. So Google AdWords, SEO, online ads, all this is a part of digital marketing. But digital marketing is something that also takes your experience offline. So imagine having SMSs sent to your customer. This is not online, this is offline. Having a mobile app that's downloaded by your customers, and they're offline and they're still experiencing your product or service. So this is digital marketing. It's a lot more than online marketing. So digital marketing has been a growing problem in a lot of organizations. And primarily it's because people are thinking digital marketing is just coming up with fancy ideas. They don't really have time for it, or they think that's not really necessary. And I really hope you're not one of these who say they don't need any customers. In reality, every business needs customers and they need marketing. How are customers acquired these days? If any one of you have a business, they've done marketing, how do you get your customers?
Word of mouth.
How do you acquire new customers? Word of mouth? Definitely. Anyone else? Social media, yes, absolutely. So word of mouth is always going to be the biggest way of acquiring new customers. We usually segment the way to acquire customers in three different ways. Either it's word of mouth, traditional marketing, or digital or online marketing. So word of mouth would be referrals, brand awareness, through social media as well these days. Traditional marketing could be radio, TV, and print, just as we are aware. And digital marketing would be SEO, banner ads, Google, social media, so on and so forth. But just as I said before, it's crucial to understand the ways online is going. Online could also be a source of word of mouth for you and referrals for you, because online is becoming very powerful. A customer could refer you business through their through your social media by liking your page or viewing your product. So it's getting very tied up, and digital marketing is where you want to be. So today, considering the time that we have, I'm going to talk as much as I can about online marketing and how we can use that. So before I go into any of the marketing bits, I want to talk about the basics first, which is crucial. You want to make sure your basics are correct, your foundation is laid correctly. So any marketing that you do, the customers come back to your site, your shop, anywhere, you have enough reasons to convert them or sell to them. So the first important thing is software and structure. You want to make sure your structure is set up correctly, by which I mean your host of the site should be correct. So these days, search engines really like sites that are quick in loading, they are secured. You need to make sure wherever you're hosted, your site should be quicker and it should be secured. If it's not secured, neither the customers, neither the search engines will like it. No problem. Design is the next crucial bit, right? So customers landing on the site, well and good, but how do you try to convert them? So you want to make sure the design is friendly, how the customers would flow from becoming a site visitor to a customer, to a lead. You want to make sure you give them enough options to do that. A lot of people use cell phones these days. Everyone uses cell phones, and that's a very actionable device. People try to, more than researching, they're doing actions on it, like booking, calling, reservations, all of that. Make sure your site is mobile friendly. That's crucial for you. If it's not, search engines don't like you anymore as well. They've rolled out an algorithm which says if your site is not search engine friendly, you're going to be pushed down further in the search engines. Mobile, crucial. Content and CMS. So content is the first bit that I want to talk about here. Content is really crucial for search engines, and when I say that, based on the knowledge graph out in the market, it said if you have 1,000 words of content on your site, unique content on your site on a monthly basis, search engines would love you. they would rank you higher, 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 higher because you have unique content which search engines like, and users would find that. So more content is crucial for your site, but this should be targeted content, the content that your users are looking for, they're searching for, whether it be a blog, article, so on and so forth. Think about ways you can write more content. CMS is nothing but a content management system. This system it's the bare bones of your website, which allows you as a website owner to add and edit information on your site. So you should have a solid content management system that allows you to add pages, blogs, videos, pictures, and then push that to social media as well. So content management system is crucial. If you don't have that yet, get one. You have to set your target market, marketing 101. It's crucial to have a target market that you can set. Online marketing could get very expensive or very cost effective, but it's dependent on the target market that you set. By that I mean you need to know who to market to, what customer base, age, sex, location. You could get as broad or as narrow as you would like. So remember, the key is to start small. If you're doing it yourself, start small, monitor what's happening, and then increase your area of reach. So based on your target market that you set, then you can start thinking about what platforms you'd like to use. Platforms like Google Ads, platforms like search engine, platforms like social media. Think about your target market, where they are. And proper expectations, this is crucial, right? I've had a lot of customers coming to me and telling me, Jay, I've been doing social media and search engine from 6 months, 8 months. I haven't been seeing more people walk into my door. I'm not getting a lot of reservations. You have to remember, online marketing is not always going to result in increase in sales right away. The key is to get more business out of it, but it's not going to happen right away. It's more of a brand building exercise initially. People, as an example, people go on Facebook, they spend some time on Facebook, but at that time that's their time off work. They are on lunch, they're spending time on Facebook. They wouldn't want to go and interact further into businesses and what tips they have. They want to spend time looking at other people, what they're doing. But they're looking at your brand. Everything is visualized by them. That is crucial. So you're imprinting on your customers. Proper expectations are important. Based on those expectations, you can calculate your returns on investment through a few tools that I'm going to walk you through in the next slides. So the agenda today, we're going to talk about, the team is going to talk about search engine optimization, online marketing or search engine marketing, and social media marketing. So let's jump into SEO. So I'm going to discuss with you what is SEO, the basics of SEO, why is SEO important, how do you measure your results, and some tools that you can use. So anyone had any experience with SEO themselves or any other company that they've worked with? How was your experience?
Please, lady first.
Lady? Because I don't understand it. I couldn't use it properly.
Okay,
That's why. I know what it's for, but I just don't know how to use it.
understand. Okay. So how about you, sir?
I found it helpful in promoting a car rental website that I was, the company I was working at.
Great. All right. Okay. So SEO basically is a technique for you to use some keywords that your customers might be looking for, search terms, and try to rank yourself higher on those. And how would you do that? You would use some natural techniques, which I'm going to discuss with you, to rank yourself higher in the search engine. So it's a technique to get more visibility, more traffic, and more business ultimately. So it's important because, again, it's important, let's get to the slide first. I moved quite far. Okay. So it's important because it's going to help you get more visibility, more business, and more customers, which is what everyone wants here. So how does Google decide? This is $1 million question. Why is one business coming up on top of the other? Has anyone thought about it? Does anyone have any guesses?
Some people pay the way to the top.
Sorry?
Some people pay
Absolutely.
Google to get to the top.
Yes, that's one of the ways of doing it, and that's search engine marketing. But in SEO, this is not paid ads. Paid ads show up in a very different fashion in the search engines. But organic ranking, which is a natural way of ranking higher, search engines look at various different things onto your website and off your website as well. Now, before I go into this graph, I want to briefly explain you how search engine works. I'll try not to be technical. So, search engines have what's called a crawler. These crawlers are hungry for more content and information. They would go out from Google's location, they would walk all the way to your website, scan through your website, read all the content, see all the images, and then try to determine what kind of business you are in, and how your competitors are doing, where you should be positioned, so on and so forth. Just as they come to your site, they also go to all the other sites in the world, and they then start to understand how the web structure works, how everyone is linked to everyone, so on and so forth. So the major chunk of how search engine ranks your site is through who you are linking back to. It's very natural. When you think about search engines, you want to think about it as a user. If you're out in the market, people acknowledge you and know you because you are linking back from real people. You have a good network of people you hang around with. Good people are talking about you. At the same time, if you're hanging out with Russian mafias, that's not really good for you. So think about it as very natural process. It's very natural. So the first 20% here is the trust or the authority of the domain that are linking back to you. Any links that are coming back to you, you need to make sure they're coming from good networks and not poor ones.
Sorry, what are those links though? Do you have to link from your site to someone else's site, or someone just talking about you on their site?
Usually it's beneficial if it's two-way, but even if it's coming one way, that's great. For an example, if you have an audio-video store and you sell Bose speakers, it'll be extremely beneficial for you to get a link back from Bose sites saying they're an authorized dealer of the Caribbean. That's a great way to do it. In your case, you're doing real estate. If you get a link from Sariba, great thing. So try to build links.
But you can have back-end links, right? Like links that don't show up on your page, they just
Oh no, that's cheating search engine. So you don't want to do that. Everything that you do has to be visible. So that's something you can't do. Stay away from that. Visible links is crucial. Visible content, visible links. So those links on the number of links are also crucial. So if you have 20 links of high page ranks, it's better. I'm going to talk to you about what page ranks is in the next slide. So try to get more links from better places. That's almost 45% of the algorithm. The other 20% is how these links are coming back to you. So you know how you read some articles and it says, click here to read more about this business. That click here is what's called an anchor text. You want to make sure when any site is linking back to you, try to use your keyword as an anchor text. So keyword meaning, if you're selling real estate, your keyword would be Cayman real estate. So instead of saying to view Cayman real estate, click here, it should say view Cayman real estate listings. And Cayman real estate listings should be underlined and hyperlinked. So that's anchor text, that's really crucial as well. The other 15% or so is how your site is structured, how your content is created, what kind of keywords you've added on your site. So that's the 15%. But if you don't have that set up properly, none of the other things are going to work. So it's crucial to have a proper foundation, just as I said a few minutes back. The other bits are how old your website is, where you are hosted, is it speedy, is it secure, what's the traffic versus click-through ratios. So just to get a little technical, click-through ratios would be impressions that your site show up in the search engine versus how many people clicked it. So that's a click-through ratio, impressions divided by the number of clicks. The higher the better. And the last thing is the social graph, how active you are on the social media, how people are thinking about you, so on and so forth. So before you start any marketing, it's crucial, online marketing, it's crucial for you to pick the correct keyword for your business. Even if you have SEO being done by you or someone else, this is the first thing you want to look at. Go back after we finish this seminar as an exercise, go look at your site and the keywords that you guys are focusing. Search them on Google and see where you're placed. But while picking up your keywords, there are three crucial things to remember. Search volume, the relevance of those keywords and the competition that those keywords has. So the search volume is nothing but the number of people looking for those keywords on Google. In a minute, I'll show you a couple of tools out there to use to find out this information. But the goal is to have a higher traffic searching group keyword. The relevance being the keywords that you're using should be relevant to the product and the service you're selling. Relevance again should be high. And the competition, the number of people competing for that keyword should be low. Your focus is to do that. As an example, if you're selling real estate, one of the keywords that's going to be important for you is Cayman real estate. So it checks the first two boxes, which is high search volume because people are looking for it, high relevance because it's extremely relevant to your business, but at the same time the competition is extremely high for it. So what do you do here? You try to think out of the box. Instead of competing for Cayman real estate, you would try and use more specific keywords to your business. 7 Mile Beach residential properties, 7 Mile Beach condos. Try to market yourself for that. So with that, you focusing on a smaller area, low competition, but the clicks are extremely relevant to you, targeted to you. Thank you. So that's how you decide picking up keywords. Here is a tool that helps you to choose what keywords will work for you. This tool is called Google AdWords Keywords Tool. It's a free tool provided by Google. All you need to do is have a Google account and you can log into adwords.com and access this tool. So in this example, you would see I just typed in a keyword up on the top called Cayman Islands, and it shows me the monthly traffic that keyword is generating. So there are various keywords out here. The best one for me would be the keyword that has around 12,000 hits a month. So I should be focusing for that. If you put in more details, it will also show you how competitive those keywords are, how much people are paying to advertise using those keywords, so on and so forth. So you could get very detailed information out of this. Give it a shot. So SEO, as I said, ranges into two different areas: on page and off page. On page being how your site is structured, and off page being how you're linking back from other sites. So I'm showing you an example, and I swear, but I didn't know you were coming. So on-page optimization, this is one of our clients, Atlanta Summit. We work with them. One of the important keywords for them was Cayman Islands submarines and tours. So in order to make sure they're ranked well in the search engines, we did several things for them. So if you see the page titles, that's the first tab on the top that shows up in your tab bar. Titles, really crucial. That's one of the important things search engines look at. That title should always match the content of the page that you are on. So if you, in this case, they're selling submarines, so this title is perfect. The URL also repeats that same keyword in there. If you see the heading tag, which is the most prominent thing on the page, is also repeating that same information. And the page text is also repeating that. So when search engine looks at this site, they would understand this business is meant to sell this service. Let's rank them higher. So there's one tick for that business and they're gonna go higher. The other things that search engines look at on page is the description of your site that shows up in the search engine. So the description is a way for you to tell search engine what kind of business you are in or what that page is talking about. The next point is images. Search engines are not very smart enough so far to learn and understand what an image is. So if I put this image, search engine won't know that's a submarine. What you have to do is place what's called an alt tag in that image to explain what that image is. A good practice is to exactly explain what the image is. Bad practices could include inserting your keywords in the image. Try to stay away from artificial ranking parameters like that. Be natural as possible and you will be rewarded. So that was on page. Moving on to off page SEO. So PageRank is what I talked about a few minutes back. This is one of the most important algorithms for Google and how they rank every site on their search engine. So PageRank is nothing but a way for Google to determine how important your site is. the higher the number, the better it is. How do they do that? Is going back to the same thing. The amount of links that are coming back to you, what sources they're coming back from, that's crucial. So that's how your page rank is determined. Your goal is to get higher and higher on page ranks. There are a lot of tools out in the market to check how your page rank is. One of the popular ones is Google Toolbar for Internet Explorer. You can download that tool and it keeps showing you the page rank of all the pages that you visit. Inbound links, there's a said a few minutes back. So Google provides us with a tool called Google Webmasters, which is now rebranded to Google Search Console. So if you have a website, you need to have Google Analytics and Google Search Console installed on that. What Google Search Console does is gives you the ability and shows you what kind of traffic you've got, what keywords were used to get to you, what did Google feel when they came onto your site and visited, did they find any errors, issues, so on and so forth. They also show you what sites are linking to you. But there's a very good tool built into this system which is called Disallow tool. It allows you to take certain bad links that are coming to you. So if you had hired a company somewhere in Bangladesh, China, who was doing some SEO for you, and they built all these bad links coming back to you, you can take those links and submit them to Google saying, please do not consider these links when you are ranking us. So that tool is really useful. You could go in and learn a lot of things from it there. So link and anchor text, which is what we discussed a few minutes back, is extremely crucial in SEO. So what are the tips and how can you do it yourself, right? So there are search engines take information from a lot of directories, just like we visit online directories, offline directories to get information. Search engines also visit a lot of directories. So you could search online for directories and try to submit your business into the right categories so people would start finding you. But not only humans use them, search engines also try to feed from them. So DMOZ is one of the primary directories that are out there. If you're ranked, if your listing is placed there, there are good chances of you ranking higher in the search engines. So directory is crucial. Partners, in the example that I gave you for Bose, you want to try and get more links from your partner companies, from the companies you're authorized for. Content is the king, it's crucial. I cannot stress more on this. The more content you have, the better it is going to be for your business. Blogs, articles, comments, social media, everything. And comments could be in a lot more ways apart from just writing. It could be videos, photos. Content is getting too much, it's getting very broad. Sit in front of a computer, take a video of yourself talking about the areas that you're expert in, put it on YouTube. I just heard this news a few days back. YouTube paid $1 billion in revenue to content creators last year. It's a lot of money, just because you're creating content, because people are hungry, they're looking for information all day. It's crucial to have new and unique content. Good old press releases still work. You can publish them online and you can get some good backlinks from them. If you have an article that's going in Compass, insist to have a link back to your site. If it's going in CNS, wherever it's going, insist on getting more links back to your site.
And if you're a chamber member, we do content upload every day, at least 3 or 4 times. And every one of your chamber members, any press release that you have, we publish it up on our site.
Beautiful.
So it's free.
Yeah. And Chambers has a very good reputation on the World Wide Web, so there you go, grab it. Social media, again, creating a social media page, posting your stuff on social media, crucial, do that. There are other creative ways to do it. For example, there are discussion forums going on LinkedIn in the area of your expertise. I'm pretty sure you'll find what you know as a question in LinkedIn or Yahoo Answers, Quora. Find those things and talk about it. The goal is not to sell all the time. The goal here is to also show you're an expert in the area that you function, and then business will automatically come to you. Wikipedia, get a page on wikipedia.com. If you do that, you're going to be extremely powerful in the search engine. Search engines really like Wikipedias and wiki pages. Try to get more links, create a profile there.
How do you do that?
How do you do that?
Yeah.
So Wikipedia is a free medium. You could go in there You could write an article about yourself, but you have to be very careful. You don't want to push and promote yourself in Wikipedia because they are very cautious on what you can post there. It's a moderated area. But it's fairly easy to go and write if you're good at writing, and plug in links wherever you can. Make sure of having a proper anchor text, and you'll see the magic. It really works. So it's great. We've done all this. How do we measure the success, right? You have to be very patient to begin with, but how do you measure success here? So, as I said, there are various tools out there to measure your success and monitor it. One of the easiest and the free tool out there is Google Analytics. You should have this tool installed on your site. It just gives you tremendous amount of information about your site, how users are performing on it. It's phenomenal. It shows you from where customers are visiting your site, how much time they're spending on your site, what devices, what networks. You would know how many people visit your site from line versus digital. You could get as much information as you want. Google and big webmasters or search consoles, as I said, gives you great information about what people are using, what search term people are using to get to you, and how your links are coming back to you, so on and so forth. Good old phone calls, yes, they still work. You have to use that as a way to check how effective your business is, because in today's world with social media and your websites, you can push people to call you for certain things. Tell your salespeople, ask everyone how they found you. That's how you can manage and monitor your social media and how effective it is. Traditional but really good is to go into search engines and check yourself how you're performing on each keywords that's important for you. Once in a while, go and check. That's going to help you understand what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong. Really basic. There's one more great tool that we use in-house and you should use too. It's called iWeb Check. What this does is you just paste in your site in that and click a button. It'll analyze your site based on a few parameters. It'll show you what's wrong with your site, what needs to be fixed, how quick your site is, if there's anything that needs to be fixed from the search engine perspective. So it's free for your use, but if you want to pay, you can get more features, more reporting options, so on and so forth. So doing SEO yourself is a perfectly sound idea. It's a great idea. It's no rocket science. You need to know that. Don't need to be scared of it. It's very natural. It's a standard process. Content is the king. I'm going to repeat this again. More information, the better it is for you. Read a lot of blogs. We are lucky to live in a digital age where people talk so much, type so much on the web, not in person, but on the web. Read, view videos, YouTube. There's a lot of sources out there. Invest in good tools. If you find a tool that's going to help you check your rankings, if you find a tool that's going to help market yourself, go ahead, invest in it. It's a good idea. Start small and go your way up. You don't want to target the entire Caribbean to market your services. Start small, start Cayman, see how it's going, and then slowly increase your market reach. And track, crucial, use Google Analytics, use Search Console to see how your marketing efforts are going, and that way you can manage and monitor what you need to change. So I hope that gives you a good overview of search engine optimization. If you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them. Or if you want any case studies to talk about your business, how we can help that.
Can you please go back to the next slide?
To the previous slide?
Yes.
So the Google Analytics, you say you can add that to your website?
Correct. So it's a small piece of code that you will take. Google gives that for free. You take that code and insert it on all your pages. So if you are the website developer, you would add it into the header of the site or the footer, so it goes on all the pages. But if you have a developer, they could do it for you, and it's pretty straightforward.
I noticed for Atlantis Submarine, the URL and everything else was Cayman Island Submarine.
Yeah.
Which has nothing to do with the name of the company. Why did you do that?
You are.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So Atlantis Submarine is they decided to be called as Cayman Island Submarine. So that is their branding as well.
Okay.
I hope I answered that correctly.
Actually, one of the reasons we chose it was Atlantic Serving has sites all around the world, and sometimes you get confused Barbados, St. Thomas, Cozumel, and
To
we're
differentiate.
looking for people who have decided to come to the Cayman Islands. That's one of the reasons. So sort of starting small,
Yeah.
sort of narrowing down the market.
And even when doing that, they were smart enough to also keep the Atlantis Submarines logo. So when someone drops in, they would still feel familiar with that brand, So. All right. Any other questions? All right. Great. So I was good then. All right. So next, I'm going to call upon Rahul, who's going to talk about search engine marketing and how it can help your business. All right. Thanks, Jay, for your wonderful speech on the search engine optimization and its importance. Hope you guys are doing good. Yeah. So, I'm Rahul, and I'm here to talk about search engine marketing and its importance. Why search engine marketing is important for your business. So, how many of you have websites? And how do you rank in search engines?
Poorly.
How would you know how you rank? Just,
On specific keywords. What's your main keyword?
oh, I don't even know that.
Real estate. Real estate. So the main important point is if you're not on the page 1 in the search result, in the organic search result, you're losing all your clients. So for doing that, that's the main tool for being on the top of the search results.
So how can everybody be on the first page?
No, it You're gonna get depends. It depends on your bid and your quality score of what your ad is. So let's discuss the agenda before moving to search engine marketing. So I'll be discussing what is search engine marketing, hereby referred as SEM, why SEM is important, some basics of SEM, and some tools how to manage SEM. So what do you think search engine marketing is? Yeah,
Stuff like paper ads,
exactly.
as a strategy.
Exactly. It is search engine marketing is nothing but promoting your website or brand or services in the search engine through paid services. Exactly as you said. So SEM also helps to enhance your brand visibility in the search engine for reaching out your target audience quickly and fastly. So why SEM is so much important as compared to SEO?
Instant.
It's instant, exactly. So whenever your campaign is set up and it's live, you're on top of the page of the search result. So suppose if you search for Cayman real estate, and if you have a SEM campaign going live, you're not gonna compete with big brands like Remax or Coldwell Bankers. So in this case, you have to target appropriate keywords for ranking on the top of the search results. So let me give you an example. The same way as I take an example of the real estate, the Cayman real estate, the bid rate is so much high. You're not gonna compete with Remax or Coldwell Bankers because they are spending billions of dollars for marketing. So what's your target market? So you have to think about if you have a listing in 7 Mile Beach, so you need to target as a residential property in 7 Mile Beach or 7 Mile Beach property instead of targeting as a global as a Cayman real estate. So that's gonna help you in the top of the search engines. It gives immediate boost in the traffic. And the main important thing is you have the control over your ads. So suppose if you are targeting Cayman real estate and you think there is a new property listing you just acquired. So you want to market that. So you can go into the tool, which I'll come to in a bit, and you can edit and update your property and your ad as in you want. Precisely target your audience. You can target specific areas. So suppose if I take an example of an owner who has a cigar store and his main clientele is from New York. So he can target his ad to be displayed only in New York location. If you search from Cayman that I want to buy a cigar in Google, you're not gonna come up that ad won't come up because he has already targeted just for the New York people. So let me show you some various platforms of SEM ad where you can advertise. Google, Bing, Yahoo, Amazon, Facebook. So why do you think you choose Google for advertisements? Why not Bing or Yahoo?
Because it's the biggest search engine.
It's a bigger search engine, exactly. Google has a major market share in the search engine. I'll give you an example. Google has a big network. And most of the Google services are free. Name it. Gmail, Yahoo, Gmail, Chrome, Google Maps, everything is free. Except only one thing, that's Google AdWords. 90% of the revenue comes from Google AdWords. What is Google AdWords? Google AdWords is a system to market, promote your brand or your services in the Google search engine and their partner websites. These are some types of the Google ads. The first is text-based ads. The second one is display ad. It's called as a display ad also, and it's also called as a banner ad because it had visuals in it. The third type of thing is the Google remarketing. Let me explain you the concept of it. Have you ever bought anything in the Amazon? And that ad is right there. Exactly. So, and how many of you have not bought anything on Amazon but you visited that site? You visited that site. So, what happens in remarketing? So, whenever you left the Amazon website, Amazon ad will follow you wherever you go on the internet. That's the concept of remarketing. So, you are remarketing your product to the specific customer.
So basically, with the first two bits that you see, here, you would use that to market to your customers for the service or the product, and then you would use remarketing to target to them again. You would introduce your remarketing only when you see your customers are coming to your site, but they are not converting enough. They're not buying your products or calling you. Then use remarketing because that's imprinting your service to them again and again. So in the beginning, start with Google Ads, display ads, and Google Ads, and then introduce your remarketing.
Obviously, it starts obviously cheaper and then gets more expensive. To remarket, is it a lot more expensive than just do the
No,
math?
not necessarily, because it's only when you click on it, they charge you,
And
not for impressions.
And the thing about this is it's extremely flexible, right? So you set up your own budget. You would say, I want to spend no more than $5 a day.
Yeah.
And it would stay in there. It would only show your ads until you have those $5. Once it goes away, you're
Same as Facebook ads or whatever.
Exactly.
Right, and it's pretty targeted.